And that means Gary Mackay, despite being fully fit, has to be content with a place on the bench. And with Ian Baird suspended after last week's ordering off, Ian Ferguson gets the chance to start a match for Hearts for only the third time following his £100,000 transfer from Raith Rovers in October. Although he's been a regular on the bench, and he's already scored a couple of goals. Mark Hateley is here, but not quite fit enough to take his place in the Rangers 13. Ian Ferguson too is out with an ankle injury, but that's a familiar, settled-looking lineup, with the exception of Paul Rideout, who's starting only his third match after his £500,000 transfer from Notts County, and he's looking for his first goal in Rangers colours. And the referee this afternoon, fittingly for one of the season's crunch matches, is one of our top officials, Jim McCluskey from Stewarton. 8 years a Grade 1 official, and he handled last season's Skull Cup final between Celtic and Rangers. A capacity all-ticket crowd generating a tremendous amount of tension in the air, and one of the key elements of the match may well be the way in which the sets of players cope with the circumstances. A real crunch match in this season's league race. Hearts trying to impress early on in view of their difficult times in the last 3 matches. 2 straight defeats in the league, and then that 0-0 draw in the cup, and there's John Brown going crunching in behind Scott Crabb. Well, the free kick's been given, but John Brown, one of the players who is liable to react to tension and to an electric atmosphere like this. And we'll see this again. It really is a fierce challenge by Brown. He appeared to be coming in very heavily behind Crabb. Well, John Brown has made an immediate impact on the proceedings. And now Rangers have to defend this set piece. Hearts have pushed the big men forward. McPherson and Levine are all in the box. Ian Ferguson also was there, beaten to that by Spackman. Kalichenko helped it on. Robertson's pace enough to get there ahead of Ian Ferguson. That's a very good challenge by the young Hearts striker. And the ball has gone for a corner kick to Hearts. Well, great credit there due to Ian Ferguson for determination and skill. The near post ball helped on McPherson. A great header by Levine, and Goram was in just the right place for Rangers. What a fine save that was by the Rangers goalkeeper. A beautifully worked corner kick. Look at McPherson's contribution. In came Levine. It was a powerful header, but Goram kept calm. Spack went into space for McCall. That was well read, though, by Dave McPherson at the back. Excellent play by McPherson. Ian Ferguson doing well in the air. Well, there's no question that Hearts would like to have had Ian Baird available for this match, but they have a fine replacement in Ian Ferguson, who's already shown himself very prominently early on. Challenged by Levine. Here's John Miller. Ferguson again, knew exactly where Robertson was. Here's Derek Ferguson. And Kalichenko realised what was in Ferguson's mind. Here's Rideout. Shooting chance for Rideout. Good play by the Rangers striker. Well, the decoy run by David Robertson to the left made that possible. Rideout getting it well, but he couldn't direct the header. Well, hard supporters are warming to this young man. He's had a fine match so far. Ambitious pass there, cut off well by Kalichenko, and Ferguson wouldn't be denied. Oh, what an excellent opening to the match this young man has had. Replacing Ian Baird up front. He's been the pick of the Hearts players so far, showing not only skill and touch, but also tremendous determination like this to win possession back from Kalichenko, then driving forward, looking for the shooting chance as Goram cut down the angle. Together again. Ball got the better of that exchange. Good play by Stevens. This is Gordon. Coyce wins it back. This is Spackman. Patient play from Rangers. Rideout is offside. A very ambitious pass that from Nigel Spackman. Paul Rideout indicates it was a very close decision. Good play by McKinley. Retrieving a less than satisfactory kick out from Henry Smith. Well, Rangers now showing signs they've settled into the pace of the match. Hearts tried to take them by storm early on. Gradually, Rangers are taking a grip, especially in the middle of the field. Robertson looking for Crabb. That's good play by Crabb. Derek Ferguson not entirely happy with the pass, which was aimed for Ian Ferguson. So Gordon out of his box to clear. Here's McPherson returning it. Robertson going in behind Brown and Crabb. Rideout doing well against Levine. And Gordon's presence forced McPherson to play the ball. Well, Paul Rideout really has been energetic up front so far for Rangers. Here's Wright. Crabb towards Miller. Collected by Levine. Well, Levine looking to his teammates up front, wondering why at least one of them didn't make a run in that direction. So Levine returns to his marking job on Paul Rideout. Here's David Robertson. That's a fine pass. Good play by Gordon. This is for Robertson, promising for Rangers. A chance for McCoist. Well, undoubtedly the best chance Rangers have had in the match so far, and it was superbly engineered from deep inside their own half, where David Robertson played a key role. Oh, what a fine move this was. Look at the part played by Dale Gordon here, taking possession, then taking himself away from Derek Ferguson. David Robertson continued the run. Now this was a fine chance for Ali McCoist on the run, and he failed to make contact. Slice clearance by Goff. Breaks kindly for Rangers. Rideout back to Mykhalichenko. There's Spackman. Away from Derek Ferguson. Good play by Spackman. Powering his way forward. Pass intended for McCoist. Well, Rangers undoubtedly now looking much more comfortable than they were in the opening 10 minutes or so. Getting some driving inspiration from Spackman and McCall in midfield. And a clear impression is developing that the first goal could be absolutely vital. Back from Robertson. Very composed at the back for Rangers. Levine judged that well. An upward ball from Andy Gorham. Space now for Derek Ferguson. Wright made a good angle. Goff getting in across the bows of Ian Ferguson. This is McCoist. Spackman closed down by McLaren. It's a good pass from Robertson. Here's McCoist. His marker. McLaren's out of things for the moment. Get back off McPherson. There's McCall. Now Stevens. Looking for Gordon. He's being marked very closely by Dave McPherson. And Gordon appeared to catch Henry Smith there. Dave McPherson is incensed about that. The keeper's in trouble. McPherson has a few words for Dale Gordon. And suddenly, things getting fiery again. Henry Smith, the victim. Still, McPherson's having words with Dale Gordon. There's Henry Smith. Well, a little gratuitous flick there by Dale Gordon towards Henry Smith. Well, Dave McPherson certainly was irate about that. Well, Dale Gordon, I'm sure, will be feeling a little bit concerned about that. So after a very lengthy delay, Henry Smith resumes, still looking somewhat groggy. Well, won again by Ian Ferguson. Here's John Miller. Miller still striding into the penalty area, stopped in his tracks by Brown. Good retaliatory play by Hearts. So Dave McPherson on the near post, a regular target. Didn't quite reach him, that one from Derek Ferguson. Right out back, helping in defence. McLaren playing it across. Put in well by Derek Ferguson. Here's Mikhalichenko holding off right. Spackman now comes powering forward on the left. Right out makes a good run. Dave McPherson has come all the way back to make that excellent tackle. Here's John Robertson. Spackman. David Robertson wasn't picked up making that run. Well, the pass played too firmly by Spackman, otherwise Robertson would have been in a very dangerous position. A lapse in concentration by the Hearts defence. Spackman couldn't punish them. Robertson brought down by Goff. Well, John Robertson looked ruefully towards Richard Goff, and the referee is content with a word there. It certainly looked as though Robertson went hurtling into Goff as much as Goff was trying to stop him. A little discretion there exercised by referee McCluskey. He's been a player, so has that extra bit of understanding perhaps. Players' difficulties. McPherson challenging, swept away there by Goff. Good play by McLaren. Fine tackler. Levine in space on the right. Thinking too long about the cross though. Right out coming in back to challenge. There's Crabb, and Goff was with them all the way. McLaren thumps the ball into the area. Dave McPherson wins it. There's Derek Ferguson. It was deflected for the corner. Wow, frustration there for Derek Ferguson against his former club. How he would have enjoyed finding it out there. He hasn't scored all season, and that was a fine opportunity created by the aerial power of McPherson. McPherson did well again. It's off the line by Gordon. Well, Rangers finding great difficulty with these near post corner kicks. The tall figure of Dave McPherson causing them all sorts of problems. The long ball played forward there by George Wright, and Right out came in just a fraction late. The studs made contact with Wright's ankle. It's kicked out of the play by Andy Gordon, and Right out protests his innocence as the Hearts fans howl in anguish towards the Rangers striker. And Wright is back on his feet. Certainly felt that. Well, let's hope there are no thoughts of reprisals in his mind. Well, he certainly is getting a little bit agitated, Joe Jordan. Clearly wasn't happy with that tackle. Derek Ferguson. And referee Jim McCluskey doesn't add on perhaps as much time as he could have done for the damage inflicted on Henry Smith on the forehead there. It's a little bit of damage where he caught the studs of Dale Gordon midway through the first half, but it's been very tough, very competitive, but the match is extremely evenly balanced at this stage. It's Hearts 0, Rangers 0. With Hearts trailing in the league at this stage by 2 points and a much inferior goal difference. On the other side, I wonder that I have to think about victory this afternoon, and I wonder if that may produce another whirlwind start in the second half, just as they did in the first. There's John Robertson going through the middle. Gary Stevens keeping his eye on the ball. Fouled by the Hearts striker. Stevens, cool and experienced, doing well there as John Robertson put pressure on the Rangers defence. So a draw for Rangers would certainly not be a disaster here, and Hearts really have to be thinking in terms of finding a way to get the ball past Andy Goram. There's Paul Ryder with a great effort, and brilliantly saved by Smith. Top-class goalkeeping by Henry Smith. He's been in that kind of form throughout the season so far. Great play by Rangers. Spackman driving forward. The dummy from McCoy's kept space there for Paul Rideout. That looked to be going in until that magnificent save from Smith. Gordon with the corner kick. Henry Smith again, a very comfortable catch once more from the Hearts keeper. Well, any lingering doubts about the effect of that face knock he took in the first half from Dale Gordon, removed by that save. Rideout's layoff. Here's Stuart McCall. Now McCoist, well stopped by McLaren. McPherson's header. Now Gordon. And he was taken out of the play late by Levine. The referee will take action against the Hearts defender. Well, it's all becoming just a little bit nasty now. From time to time, these tackles are going in, which will keep referee McCluskey on his toes right to the end, I'm sure. A match riddled full of tension. The result all important to both sides. So 5 in the wall. Played wide for McCall. It's good play from Rangers. Well, Stuart McCall simply was not picked up there. And free kick's been given. John Miller looks towards the referee in disbelief. The body check on McCall. Well, that set piece was very inventive indeed from Rangers. McCall sneaked in there on the blind side of the wall and was found in lots of space by Mikhailchenko. Couldn't punish the Hearts defence though. Another chance coming up for Rangers. Mikhailchenko again, there's McCoist. He got too much on that header. He wanted to glance that across towards the far post. Couldn't manage it though, under pressure. There's Derek Ferguson. Brown's clearance. Crabb was caught offside, right in the middle. Ray Morrison, the linesman, unmoved by the howls of anguish from the Hearts supporters. But still, it's proving extremely difficult for anyone to put his foot in the ball and start controlling the play and spraying passes around. Still being played in a hurly-burly cup tie spirit. And one false move in defence could make all the difference. Played wide by Miller. Robertson comes across, holding off Stevens. Good play by Crabb and by Robertson. Looking up for support in the middle. Across the far side it goes, and a fine header by Ian Ferguson. That was good play by Hearts, right back to their best with that move. Ian Ferguson had played out of luck in the end, but it was Robertson and Crabb who opened up the Rangers defence. Ian Ferguson's height getting him to that ball, but once again Goram was well positioned. Derek Ferguson playing it across. Here's George Wright. Ferguson again. Eased out of that by Brown's strength. John Miller laying it down there for Wright, then for Crabb. Here's Derek Ferguson. Crabb turning neatly. Tackled well though by Robertson. McLaren winning that from McCoist, but a little bit of illegal elbow work to give him the advantage. that's why it's a free kick to Rangers. Hearts have sent their substitutes out to warm up. We have Gary Mackay and Graham Hogg on the bench, and down goes Spackman, caught by Derek Ferguson. The referee content simply to give the free kick, believing there's no malice in the tackle by Ferguson. Spackman certainly is none the worse. McPherson got the slightest of touches on that. Here's Dale Gordon. Neat play again, driving it in for right out, and it wouldn't run for Rangers. Well, Dale Gordon, a little bit of magic setting up right out. Robertson is offside. He's very upset, but I'm afraid he has no complaint there. It looked from this position, which was bang in line, as though the linesman was absolutely right. And the defence certainly pushed forward to leave him isolated. David Robertson, there's right out. Spackman. Handball by McKinley. Stevens. Wright playing it on, and Robertson is caught offside. That must have been a very tight decision indeed. Robertson clearly believes that he was inside his own half, and I must confess, on the naked eye, that appeared to have some merit, that view. He would have been in the clear too, but the linesman, Ray Morris, on the far side, had the flag up instantly. There's Mikhailchenko! It's off the top of the bar. Oh, what an incredible strike by Mikhailchenko. Hearts player still perhaps upset about that offside decision. And Mikhailchenko taking this on the drop with his left foot. Henry Smith didn't know a great deal about that. What a fine effort. Spackman's header. Levin goes charging in behind right out. Well, he's telling the referee that he won the ball, but at the cost of going through Paul right out. So a free kick it is to Rangers. John Brown lights it in, looking for right out. Challenged well by Levine. Spackman on the run, good play, stopped by Ian Ferguson. Back from McCoy to Mikhailchenko. David Robertson. Met there by McLaren. Good concerted pressure this though from Rangers. Right out helps it on. There's Gordon, back to McCoist! The goal's been coming, and it's supplied once again by Ali McCoist. The long throw caused the problem. Look at Rideout's part in this. He does well, heading it on there, and then Dale Gordon spots McCoist, tees it up for him with that header, and look at this for a blistering volley, which left Smith completely helpless. Goal number 26 of the season for Ali McCoist. And the Rangers legions there behind Henry Smith celebrating, clearly now believing that the championship is well within their grasp. And the McCoist, once again, having had a very quiet match so far, pops up after 66 minutes of the match and gives Rangers the lead. Header on there from Ferguson. Here's Crabb. Throw to be taken now by George Wright. Hearts will want to come back very swiftly indeed. Dave McPherson up at the near post, jostling for position. Well, he appeared to be buffeted there, Dave McPherson. He's complaining bitterly about that, and I think he has a case. He appeared to be being barred there from both sides as that throw came in. Referee McCluskey saw nothing amiss, but I thought he had a case there, Dave McPherson. Played in by McKinley. David Robertson gets up well. Kalichenko having to lash the ball out. Once again, the flag is up. It's Dave McPherson this time, who's caught out. And the stand-side linesman there, Ray Morrison, certainly upsetting these Hearts supporters. Well, Rangers manager Walter Smith clearly wants to have Rideout play the full 90 minutes. He certainly has played very well indeed. Gordon's had a quieter match, so he goes off, and the replacement is Gary McSwiggan. He's been on the bench now for the 6th time this season for Rangers. Hasn't started a match, and we're very anxious to make an impression in these closing stages. Here's John Miller. Crabb helping it on, looking for Ferguson. Stevens was quick enough. Rangers have made a tactical alteration. Rideout is on the wide right position, vacated by Gordon now. McSwiggan has joined McCoist to the middle. This is John Robertson. Now Crabb. Trying to tee that up for Derek Ferguson just at the edge of the penalty area. Got up by Spackman. Here's Robertson. Using his running power to go all the way himself. McSwiggan on the left. He's very quick indeed, as you can see. And he's been penalised for using his shoulder when the ball was out of range on McPherson. He is quick though, McSwiggan. So McPherson eased off the ball by a little striker. There's Ferguson on to Crabb. A real glimpse of goal there for Scott Crabb. And he tried to steer that into the top corner. The chance was set up by Ian Ferguson's aerial power, getting in there ahead of John Brown to nudge that on. Crabb taking the ball over his shoulder. It's a very difficult one to receive, and slicing the ball slightly, enough to take it wide of goal. Ferguson to Mackay. Well intercepted by Brown. Kalichenko to McCall. Here's McSwiggan. McCoist out wide to the right. That's for Kalichenko. Pulling it back from McCoist. And he couldn't turn it into the empty goal. I don't think McCoist could believe that Kalichenko could get to that. Well, the goal was gaping there for McCoist. McSwiggan with a pass. It looked as though McPherson had things under control, but the strength of Kalichenko. And the break of the ball ran kindly for him. He's away from Henry Smith. That just needed a touch, and McCoist couldn't supply it. And McCoist quite content to thump that ball out. It's a throw to Hearts. The referee checking his watch carefully, and there goes the final whistle. Rangers have won this crucial match by a goal of real quality from Ali McCoist. It was after a good spell of attacking pressure from Rangers that a goal was produced. A combination of David Robertson's throw, Paul Rideout's head flick, Dale Gordon setting up work, and the explosive finish from McCoist, enough to separate the teams and win the match for Rangers. It's Rangers who go further ahead at the top of the league. Hearts 0, Rangers 1.
Walter, did you feel the result was just reward for the efforts this afternoon?
I felt our second half performance maybe just put us the edge to win the match. The first half I felt Hearts were the better side and looked a team that was more likely to win the game. In the second half I thought probably it was us, allowing for the fact that we did manage to get a few breakaways after going into a 1-0 lead, which you would always expect to do.
What was the problem in the first half as you saw it?
I don't really know. I mean, we just never seemed to get into the game. Hearts looked far keener than us. Whether psychologically our own players thought that nothing each year would be a good result, keeping them 2 points in front of the league championship. Not losing the game was the most vital thing. But I felt that we were always sitting in a situation where we were likely to lose 1-0 rather than go on, and I felt they had to do a bit more. And to be fair to them, they did do.
Did you feel at any stage before the game that you'd have taken a draw?
You would obviously have been happy with a draw, keeping you 2 points in front, but I felt that we have to be positive. I like to think that we are in every match that we play, in home or away. I think our number of away victories this season have shown that we don't sit back and hope and to get anything on the break, we try and come out and play. I felt we didn't do that in the first half.
Now, Ali McCoy's produced goal number 26. I gather your view is somewhat obscure, is that right?
Yeah, I came down to the dugout at the time, and when you were telling me there what a good goal it was, I thought it looked rather scrappy one, but it looked a great finish. But it looked rather scrappy before then, but if it was as good a move as you say, I look forward to seeing it tonight.
Paul Rideout's performance, did that give you some special pleasure?
Yeah, I think so. He's a good professional. We've always had that here. And people like Kevin Drinkle and Mark Falkers and people like that have always come in and done a job for us. And I think he showed today that it would be a good acquisition for us.
You brought in Gary McSwiggan too late in the game. Was that to give him a taster? That's a big game to bring him into. Was that to give him a taster, or was it because you need another striker?
Well, he deserves it. He's been playing very well in the reserves, and he's scored a number of goals. He's got good pace, and as he showed near the end there, he'll always be a danger, especially if the other team have to come out and try and get a goal against you. He always threatens the goal, and he's deserved his opportunity. And I feel sorry for him at times. He's been playing away for the last few seasons and turning in some exceptional performances in the reserves. I was glad that he got an opportunity to show what he can do, and I hope he gets a few chances before the end of the season.
Well, I know you'll never accept that the league is other than still to be fought for, but do you feel a cushion like this will enable the type of game to change that Rangers are involved in now? Will there be more football available, because there really are cup ties and contests all the time at the moment?
Well, I think that they'll stay like that for a little while. The clubs have got a lot to play for just now, European place. We'll have other clubs battling against relegation. I don't think they'll change that much right at the present, because there's nothing particularly settled. And with the pitches the way they are at present, they're a little bit bumpy. It's maybe more difficult to play the football that we would like to play. But we have to go on, and if we continue to get the results, obviously, I just hope the players don't think that psychologically the 4-point gap is enough and they maybe lessen a little. I think that's always your fear.
Meantime, happy Saturday night.
Meanwhile, a happy Saturday night.